Who is the most promising Democratic candidate for the 2024 presidential race? As far as I and those who are following the campaign are concerned, it should not come as a surprise that neither Vice President Kamala Harris nor President Joe Biden were on the list. Regarding Biden, regardless of how much the Democratic Party or its friends in the media may try to sell his electability, he will not be winning the election. In the presidential election of 2024, I believe that either former President Donald Trump or Florida Governor Ron DeSantis might easily beat him. Welcome to my new Today video. We discuss who is the most promising Democratic candidate for the 2024 presidential race. Please help me to grow this channel by subscribing, commenting, showing it to your friends, and giving it a like. Now let's dive in for more details. In the end, there were two primary causes that emerged. The first factor is Biden's old age and the perception that he has cognitive problems. At the very least, a survey conducted by NBC News and published in April revealed that 70% of American citizens agreed that President Biden should not run for a second term. Among the 70% of respondents who expressed their opposition to a second run by Biden for the presidency, over half of them cited Biden's age as the major reason for their opposition. Second, the majority of Republicans believed that Biden would be an especially poor candidate due to the current investigation of his son, Hunter Biden, involving his involvement with the Ukrainian natural gas business Burisma Holdings. Some people are thinking that this probe may implicate his father. The Justice Department made the announcement earlier this week that Hunter would enter a guilty plea to 2 misdemeanor charges of willful failure to pay federal income tax. Additionally, Hunter has agreed to enter into a pretrial diversion program involving a separate charge of possession of a handgun as a result of the younger Biden entering a guilty plea and accepting a plea bargain. There are others who feel that a gap in the defense of the younger Biden has been created, which might allow further material that could be detrimental to the president to become public. When it comes to Vice President Harris, the Republicans expressed their belief that they do not feel her own party has her back. They referred to articles in the media that discussed her high staff turnover rate, her unfavorable poll numbers among Democrats, the fact that she was the first candidate to be forced out of the Democratic primary in 2020, and the fact that the president and his team appeared to have thrown her to the wolves in regard to the border crisis. Although the individuals I talked with did not consider Biden and Harris to be candidates that should be dreaded in 2024, there were 3 names that were suggested that did inspire a genuine sense of dread. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., a current contender for the Democratic candidacy, former First Lady Michelle Obama, and Governor Gavin Newsom of California are all bright candidates for the Democratic nomination. When President Joe Biden made the announcement that he would be running for re-election, it seemed as if he had locked the party into a position that was either uncomfortable or impossible. Consequently, there are 4 choices available to prospective Democratic candidates. First, you should align yourself with Biden and Harris in a loyal manner. Second, you should criticize the current president. Third, you should start running a shadow campaign. And fourth, you should wait to see if Biden does drop out of the race, and for the party to come to you for rescue. Taking into consideration possibilities 2 and 3, we arrive at the one who is the most dreaded by the Republicans, and that is Governor Gavin Newsom of California. In spite of the fact that Newsom has not made an announcement, it is very probable that it is a presidential candidate. If it displays the appearance of a presidential candidate, moves like a presidential candidate, and speaks like a presidential candidate. In fact, it was so significant that a headline in The Hill published over the weekend read, "Newsom's media blitz fuels presidential talk." Newsom is certainly improving his performance. The fact that he agreed to go on Fox News and be interviewed by Sean Hannity came as a surprise to many people. My perspective was that it was a really astute political maneuver, despite the fact that some Democrats may have seen it as walking into the belly of the beast. In addition to the fact that he was able to engage in a head-to-head confrontation with one of the most influential pundits in the conservative world, he was also able to reach a far larger audience with his talking points, while simultaneously engaging in some criticism of Governor DeSantis. Newsom was successful in a variety of ways, and it was a victory for him overall. During the discussion with Hannity, Newsom said that he would be willing to take part in a debate with DeSantis that would be moderated by Hannity. This information was reported in a story published by The Hill. DeSantis swiftly replied to Newsom's proposal by stating that the governor of California had to quit pussyfooting around and enter the campaign for the 2024 election. "Watch what you wish for," is the warning I would give to DeSantis. Next on the list of best of the best is Michelle Obama, who had previously served as First Lady. Now, although the majority of Democrats and liberal commentators would openly laugh at the prospect of Michelle Obama running for president, Republicans are keeping their fingers crossed that she stays out of the public eye and stays away from the national stage. They have a complete comprehension of the fact that Michelle Obama has not just the it factor, but also an unidentified X factor. Not only would she be appealing to the conventional Democratic base, as well as a significant number of independents, but she would also be able to excite possibly millions of people who had previously remained home. In addition to this, the Republicans pointed out that she would have the complete support and resources of the Obama machine behind her. Extremely impressive, to put it mildly. Last on the list is Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who is now running against Joe Biden as a challenger, an up-and-coming populist. He is garnering an increasing number of admirers with each passing day, despite the fact that the majority of the media and the Democratic Party consider him to be an irritant. The Republicans with whom I talked were of the opinion that if he were to ever become the Democratic candidate, both Trump and DeSantis would have a difficult time defeating him. A Biden and Harris or bust scenario is currently being considered for the Democratic Party in the year 2024. In the realm of presidential politics, however, circumstances, requirements, and harsh realities may change on a dime. There is a possibility that the Democratic National Committee may open up the process and cause a lot of Republicans to experience a full-blown fear if that dime flips a few more times. We have reached the conclusion of the video for today. The fact that you saw this instructive film is something for which we are quite thankful. Always be sure to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss out on any of the most innovative material that we have to offer. In the event that you found this video entertaining, please consider sharing it to your friends and giving it a like. I hope you have a wonderful day.